head. I'm always doing crazy things, always being impetuous, you know? Always kissing people and
That's nice.
This is just my Wednesday.
Yeah, it's actually Thursday.
Honk, honk,
It's chaos, baby!
You are who you are at your core. A crazy bitch.
Hold on to your bark bags. I'm the baddest bitch in town.
That was incredibly violent.
I'm Harley Quinn.
Welcome to the DC FanDome. I'm Shay Serrano, a staff writer at The Ringer, and you are watching the Harley Quinn panel.
Well, hey, I'm ready to keep this party going, huh?
I still remember when they told me that they were working on the show, and they're like, oh, this is what our take is going to be on it. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's super cool. There's no way they're going to let y'all do any of that stuff. And then, but thank goodness that they did, because, I mean, truly, the show is great. It has turned out really, really good. I'm really excited to talk to all of these talented people who have worked on it. Let's get things started by introducing the panel. First up, we have Harely Quinn, an executive producer and also the voice of Harley Quinn. Hello, Kaylee.
Hi.
Lake Bell, the voice of Poison Ivy. Hello, Lake.
Hi.
Ron Funches, the voice of King Shark. Hello, Ron.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Alan Tudyk, who voices Clayface and Joker. Hello, Alan.
Hello.
Matt Oberg, voice of Kite Man. Jennifer Coyle, the supervising producer on the show. And Justin Halpern and Pat Schumacher and Dean Laurie, executive producers on the show. And also the developers. Hello, Dean and Pat and Justin's beard. Before we do the fan questions, let's do one. This is just for the voice actors on the show. Can you tell me how you got involved with the show?
So this all started for me when I started my production company. Once I saw the first script, I couldn't believe it was so funny. I thought, oh my God, this could be live action. When I met with the guys, they were kind of telling me how they wanted to do it and their vision for it. And I thought right away, this is going to be so much fun.
This is going to be the start of something huge.
When I first heard about the project, I was really jazzed. I mean, I had been aware of Poison Ivy, and in general, I tend to be obsessed. I mean, like categorically obsessed with the idea of doing voiceover work. I mean, it's the most sort of freeing medium for an actor. And so I've always been, but being drawn to Poison Ivy, I like the idea of making her, the tone that these guys had presented.
What the nuts with the can? Oh my God. I wasn't even sure I wanted a backless dress, and now I'm stuck with it.
Yeah.
She can use all kinds of profanity.
I worked with Patrick and Dean and Justin and Alan on a show previously called Powerless, which was a funny show set in the DC universe that didn't have superheroes. And people were like, we don't like that. So they were like, we're going to try it again, but with like superheroes this time. And then they were like, we want you to come in and be King Shark and just be yourself. And when he gets angry, just, let that anger out.
I will kill each and every one of you with my bare hands if I have to! I was bitten by the bug real early. Justin and I met through like a Parent in Me class. We both had the same sort of attitude about like, are we happy to be here or miserable? It was hard to tell. But then he called me and was like, hey, would you want to do this? I was like, of course. And I recorded an audition, and Justin was like, no, do the character from, I did this bit on 30 Rock. He was like, just do that. I was like, oh, okay. And then I did my like jerk voice.
Turns out in a post-apocalyptic world, kites are pretty crucial.
Which is not that different from my real voice. And they were like, okay, great.
I think you guys called me and said, hey, we want you to play Clayface. And it was great, very exciting, a bad actor.
Bravo! What magnificent word choice. You are truly the Shakespeare of the sea.
And they said also they were casting for the Joker and asked if I had a Joker voice. And I said, I don't know, I'll try. And then we got off the phone, and I think I just put it on, I just recorded it in the next 10 minutes.
Hey, does anyone know our damn Wi-Fi password?
And then we were all in the writer's room, and everybody was like, well, he's both those.
Oh, cool.
Why I cannot record. Why I have to record by myself, because each of these actors are so funny. I just laugh and laugh, like it hurts my face. I have to go in by myself. I can't do it with anybody. It's too funny. You guys are all brilliant.
Let's do some fan questions.
My name is Michael, and I'm from Virginia. Kite Man, hell yeah, said he deserves the best. If it's not Ivy, who's the best for him?
Woo! I think that what's interesting about relationships is that I don't know if there's just one person for each person in the world. Controversial, but I would assume that Kite Man has a love for him, and I think that Ivy is one version, but let's be honest, her heart is split.
The truth is, I trust you with my life, but I don't trust you with my heart. So I'm marrying Kite Man.
I think Kite Man's open to whatever arrangement is available. You know, if this is like a polyamorous thing, you know, that's fine. That's fine. That's cool.
My name is Ismael Garcia, and I'm from Madrid, Spain. How do you approach reality and absurdism in a show like this? Do you start by saying there are simply no rules?
So it's just a matter of figuring out, like, you know, I'm trying to honor what these records are, and the, you know, the inflection and the acting and everything, and try to capture all of the manic energy. And then we take it one step further. Can we push Harley to be crazier?
Lacey, also in the USA. Kaylee, is voicing Harley fun? And if so, what's your favorite part about voicing her?
Like I said, it's been an absolute blast. I spend, you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours in the booth screaming and going absolutely ballistic and being just crazy and trying things that I never thought I would try and cussing and just being outrageous. I don't see what's more fun than that. It's really been thrilling. And like we were saying earlier, I can't believe they let us do this. Like I said the same thing you did when I first read the script. I'm like, we can't say this.
Wow! I always wondered what the Bat Cave looked like. So this must be where you the bats.
And we do. And we keep saying it, and people are they're really into it.
My name is Nicolas. I'm from Madrid, Spain. And my question is, how was the experience of playing with such beloved DC characters in such a fun way, but at the same time being respectful to their core?
It's a blast. It's cool to get to play the Joker who does cussing as the Joker seems like natural. That's a natural marriage, that the Joker would have foul language.
Harley, what the do you think you're doing?
In addition to just the salty language, there is great like superhero battles, and I don't know, it reminds me, it echoes some of the superhero shows I watched, cartoons that I watched as a kid.
I'm just going to put her in the Phantom Zone where she'll rest for all of eternity.
Then send me there too!
All right.
Wow, this is so dramatic.
It's so many things at once. It's a blast.
Jesse from the US asks, how does it make you feel that so many people connect with Harley and Ivy's relationship?
It is unusual because we're not in the room together. And so we kind of like fall in love with each other through this weird virtual experience.
I love you. Don't make a thing of it.
Anybody feel this but me?
It is amazing to have that back and forth and not be together. And for all of us, like the show plays as if we are all in the same room. It's pretty impressive that we're all there together, and none of us have really ever even done that with each other. So it's pretty impressive how it ends up.
Ultimately, they're just all about family.
Well, my name is Jessica. I am from Colton, California. And my question is, how did you guys come up with your portrayals of Clayface and King Shark?
Well, for me, it's just a lot of, I'm lucky that they let me play around a lot and have a lot of fun. They were very much just like, we want you to be yourself. He's a very grounded, very intelligent, very charming young man who bites people's heads off.
Most people don't let me be who I am.
Like, that's me. I get that.
With Clayface, he gets to become, and that's his powers, that he can turn into anybody or anything. And I love that he finally shows that he has this incredible power by the end of season 2.
Are you me, Clayface? You could change into this at any time and chose ditzy co-eds and divorcees?
My name is Marvel from Indonesia. Bane is my favorite DC supervillain. What made you decide to depict Bane in this specific and unique kind of way, and what inspired his design?
I think we all initially kind of together came up with the idea of we wanted to do sort of a spin on Tom Hardy in Dark Knight Rises.
I got a razzie zazzy for Bang.
It's Bane. You know it's Bane. I'm here every day, Todd.
I do remember one moment when Shane Glines, who's a brilliant character designer, so talented, we were designing Bane. You remember this? And then he brings us this drawing of Bane, and it was perfect. And I was like, what went into this drawing? And he was like, well, I just feel like Bane is a guy who doesn't work out his legs.
From Charles in the USA, is Harley Quinn coming back for a third season? And if so, what's the possibility of including Punchline?
The answer is I hope so. And then I personally don't know about Punchline, whether she should be involved or not. I just literally met the lady.
We want to focus on Harley and Ivy's relationship. And I'm less personally less interested in if the Joker gets a new girlfriend that I am of just like, let's explore this relationship that just we've spent 2 seasons building.
I'll help you smack him around a little bit. What? For you, obviously. I mean, I can't let this anonymous asshole talk about my best friend, right?
Oh, Ive, you'd hurt him for me?
Yes, absolutely. And because he claimed I'm fucking psycho. But mostly for you, babe. But also for me. But for you. For us.
Matt, what happens to Kite Man in season 3?
Well, a lot. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, that's really up to me. That's kind of my call. I don't know. Maybe who's this Punchline? Is she cool? Is she sort of,
Morse code?
Of course. Sailors and kiters use signal lamps to transmit Morse code without being detected.
I still sometimes can't get over the fact Ivy has sex with you.
Oh, she does.
What have been your individual favorite tiny moments that we will never see or never get to hear about?
Oh gosh, there's been just realizing how funny these damn writers are and how brilliant some of these actors are, and hearing how Alan can go from this King Shark, best character. It's just brilliant. What you do is so brilliant. And Lakey, it's so funny not seeing her and not working with her, but when I see her in person, I feel like I'm like, hey babe. I feel like we've been shooting for years together,
We're dating. We're definitely dating.
Yeah, there's definitely something there.
I love you, Ive.
I love you too, Harles. Okay, eyes on the road. I love you, but Jesus.
There's something therapeutic about going in the booth and just nobody's looking at you. You have this incredible freedom to just be really raw.
You know what? F you guys.
Beg your pardon?
Yeah, I said f you. He's not lucky to have me. I'm lucky to have him. So f off.
Hell yeah.
I love the art style because I grew up loving Batman, the animated series, and have people tell me how much they love this portrayal of King Shark, and people be asking how do you come up with this when it's just literally me being myself, which when my teens and early 20s was not met with much acclaim.
Oh, well, you can kindly go f yourself.
As actors, we're all working towards a catchphrase. That's really the goal. And I'm so blessed that I have one.
Can you give us a hell yeah, just for...
Let's see, is Kite Man here? I don't know. Hell yeah. That's been really fun, just to say the same thing over and over again in a stupid voice. It's been great.
Hell yeah!
I particularly loved in season 2 Poison Ivy's and Harley's, their relationship, the coming together and that they just kept accidentally getting together. And the morning after, when they would wake up and realize they'd done it again.
What? Oh, for the ding of nuts. I can't. What is wrong? How can I oh my God.
The cuss words strung together, those were beautiful. Those were well done. Well done, ladies. They yeah, I had never heard those words put together in that order before. It was...
I'm sorry.
I love it that every time I read a script, it's a real rarity to like just laugh all the way through it. And then we get this audio track with this amazing cast to laugh all the way through that. And I know that I speak for not just myself, but a lot of the artists on the crew, designers, storyboard artists, After Effects, that this is the best thing we've ever worked on.
Bring it in, my darlings.
Touch me. I will murder you.
I've never had a show where every department inspired every other department as much as on this show. And, you know, as writers, you know, we write and then we get the performances back, and they were so uniformly brilliant that it was inspiring to the writers.
My favorite scene in the whole show is probably that Legion of Doom boardroom scene.
So this is a place to get creative feedback on ideas.
Exactly. We modeled it after the way they do things at Pixar.
There's only cinnamon raisins! You know I hate raisins! Oh, wait, here's an everything.
They're just pitching on ideas, and I just thought that was like the distillation of like the writer's room in cartoon form.
The scene in Bane's pit where they're escaping, and it's right before they kiss, and kind of have Ivy and Harley have this like monologue.
You cannot run from your problems, Harley. Hate weighs you down. Only love sets us free.
Ivy.
No.
It's okay.
Don't do this.
Have a good life. Get married, make babies, name them Harley. The girls and boys. Harley. See, it totally works. You know I love you. Bye, Ive.
And I think all those little tiny moments, like what Lake was talking about earlier, those are my favorite things in the show.
Perfect. That is all the time we have. Thank you to everyone for watching this. Thank you to everyone on the panel. Thank you to Justin's beard for reminding us that just because you can doesn't mean you should. Stay safe, everyone.